right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are crazy. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm touched. Folks, welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm your host, Adam Friedland. Let's do the news. The Boston Marathon just wrapped up, and without incident, it's hard to believe it's already been 10 years since the tragic bombing that resulted in the deaths of at least 4 or 5 Mark Wahlberg movies at the box office. The marathon is, of course, famous for being the one time a year in Massachusetts where the words Boston and race can appear in a sentence without immediately being followed by or. And who won the marathon, you may ask? Well, do I even have to tell you? A Kenyan, of course. Losing every single year to an African must really sting for the world's most racist city. And frankly, it seems a bit unfair. You don't see a bunch of translucent Southie going to Kenya to participate in a skin cancer contest now, do you? Which is ironic, because I think the guy that won the Boston Marathon this year was named Melanoma. The CEO of Herman Miller is under fire after yelling at employees on a Zoom call, lambasting them for worrying about their bonuses after she herself took $1 million in bonuses. This really looks bad for Herman Miller, a company that makes office chairs for rich ass sit around playing executive on. And I'm sure they'll never sell another $5,000 chair again. The Justice Department has accused New York City residents of running a secret Chinese police department controlled by Beijing. The so-called police officers were tasked with silencing critics of the Chinese Communist Party through intimidation and monitoring, which is, of course, exactly what our police do, except style. Many are calling it a real-life police story, but this rumble in the Bronx is certainly no tuxedo. I certainly hope we rush our police officers up there to shang on their high till noon. Bed Bath & Beyond has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is bad news if you're trying to buy a Snuggie in 2023, and wonderful news if you're the guy that thought Beyond meant you're allowed to into the display curry. Both Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon have been fired by their respective media employers. With any luck, the two will team up to start a new show where they each other's. Beloved comedian Richard Lewis and co-star of the show Curb Your Enthusiasm has announced that he has been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Good. President Biden's approval rating among young Americans has dropped to a new low of 36%. When told of his declining popularity with young people, the president said, "I didn't get it. I've tried everything. Smelling them, touching them, getting closer to them, kissing their necks, touching them on reaching around and touching their developing and controversy of the Putin-run version of Amazon. Female employees of the Russian online retailer Wildberries have accused the company of mandating strip searches. Employees were dismayed, thinking that Wildberries was the only Russian business that doesn't involve getting on camera. A giant animatronic dragon caught fire during a show at Disneyland this weekend. After clearing Donald and Goofy of wrongdoing, the police discovered the dragon self-immolated in protest of the $35 souvenir cups. In the ongoing blue check Twitter controversy, the museum at Auschwitz-Birkenau death camp clarified it to its followers that it never paid for Twitter Blue. And Nick, I refuse to read the rest of this joke. Hunter Biden may be hiding out in the White House to avoid a subpoena sent by the mother of his child. It seems the hunter has become the hunted. The NYPD rolled out a new line of crime-fighting subway robots that resemble R2-D2. In response, criminals have rolled out train that talk like C-3PO. You know, they're both from Star Wars. Yeah. The manslaughter charges against actor Alec Baldwin have been dropped, and he has returned to the set of Rust, where he famously murdered the film's cinematographer in a premeditated act outlined on a 78-page manifesto. The actor said, "I'm so happy this is all cleared up so I can get back to doing what I love, shooting and killing women." And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died, and no one cares. Okay, guys, we got a great show for you today.
Okay, so we'll pick up here.
Okay.
And yeah, and finally. Was your shirt open before?
I don't remember.
What's wrong?
I don't remember.
Well, you just don't seem like you're into this.
No, we'll do it. We'll do this thing.
We can argue. We can have this argument about how long.
There was no argument. And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died, and no one cared.
That's not how you did it. You didn't read it like a joke on there. You were like,
and no one fucking cares.
Yeah, no one fucking cares about this.
And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died, and no one fucking cares about it.
Don't act. Do what you just...
And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died, and no one fucking cares. So we got a great show for you today.
That's not how you did it.
How did I do it?
You read it like there's no joke written, and because that's what you did. And lastly, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse, died. Nobody gives a shit. Let's get started. The Adam Friedland Show, you know, like that.
And lastly, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died, and no one gives a shit. Let's get started. It's the Adam Friedland Show. We got a good...
Hold on a second, Adam.
What?
Let's, what was the Australian jockey? I think we should stay on that one.
We didn't really have a joke for it, though.
I mean, there's so much there. It's so rich.
He's Australian.
He's Australian.
He's small.
He's
Jockeys
jockey.
are small.
He's tiny. It's Australia. It's a man being killed by wildlife. It's the tapestry.
They die from animals a lot there.
As a personal favor to me, I would like there to be something about this jockey.
Okay. He's survived by his horse.
No. See, no ironic stuff. There's got to be, look, we need a good monologue joke. And this is sort of the, this is like the perfect... This is the perfect storm of things. Something about Christopher Reeves, perhaps. They're calling him the Christopher Reeves of Australia. And not because he fell off a horse, but because he's a tiny man who probably lives in Smallville.
Smallville's good because a jockey
would live in a place called Smallville.
Smallville because he's small.
Because he's tiny.
Yeah.
And so it's misdirection.
Okay.
So the audience hears that and they think, oh, why? Because he fell off a horse? And then we go the other direction. No, because he's tiny and he lives in Smallville.
Because he's probably from Smallville.
Because he's probably from Smallville. Try that.
Okay.
Less soft talking also.
In Australia, what do you mean? Why are you on about this soft talking?
There's a lot of soft talking.
All right. An Australian jockey died this week, tragically, after dying during a race.
No.
People are calling...
No, in Australia, in the audience.
Okay. And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died in what people are calling an Australian Christopher Reeves. Not because he's Superman, but because he's probably from a place called Smallville.
Dave, do you think that's funny?
Don't ask Dave. He doesn't know comics.
Okay, let's go a different direction. What if he becomes the horse?
It's like surrealist or something? I don't know.
No, maybe there's a way that could happen. Maybe the horse fell off him. A Catherine the Great situation. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. Let's reverse course.
All right.
A jockey has fallen off a horse.
Yes.
What's the funny part? That he's Australian, that he's a jockey, or it's a horse?
I thought you want to synthesize all of that.
Well, I know, but let's isolate the one that's the funniest.
Well, jockeys are always on horses. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's an Australian jockey who tragically died on a horse.
Maybe something about the horse having a pouch.
Yeah. Yeah, he fell out of the horse's pouch.
He fell out of the horse's pouch.
Yeah.
When asked what he was doing in there in the first place, I'm looking for my tiny Australian clothes.
An Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died. The horse was carrying him in his pouch, and when asked what he was, how would they ask him what he was doing in there? How would they ask him if he's died? He died on the scene.
That's the one. We're going with that one.
Okay, Dave, stop sneezing. You got to take care of your health, Dave.
He's laughing. He's laughing.
And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died. He was riding in the horse's pouch. When asked what he was doing in there from heaven, when he was being interviewed in heaven, he said, I was trying to find my tiny clothes.
My tiny Australian
My
clothes.
tiny Australian. Dave, steady the camera, please. And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died. He was, of course, riding in the horse's pouch. When asked what he was doing in there, he remarked, I was looking for my tiny Australian clothes because I'm a jockey and I'm Australian.
Don't explain the joke to people. They'll get it. A good joke doesn't need to be explained.
You're right. And finally, an Australian jockey has fallen off his horse and died. Of course, he was riding in the horse's pouch. When asked what he was doing in the horse's pouch, he said, I was looking for my tiny Australian clothes. Folks, we got a great show for you tonight.
Perfect.
Who's excited? Great show for you tonight.
Perfect.
Stay tuned. We got a lot of big things. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely perfect.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you.
If you can't write the joke about the joke. And it gives Ginsberg some work to do.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm your host, Adam Friedland. Today we thought we'd do something a little bit fun, a cooking segment. These are things that have been done on late night shows for years, but I needed an expert to join me, and so I called up the best. YouTube sensation, Andrew Rea.
Thanks for having me, man.
From Binging with BABISH. YouTube sensation.
Yeah.
So Andy, on your program, you cook food from television, movie. You want to explain it to us?
I make food from movies and TV. I recreate them.
So one thing I thought might be nice for the Adam Friedland Show is if you make a meal from our show. But the thing is, we don't have an official Adam Friedland meal, so instead of you demoing a dish, I'm going to demo dishes that you could do on your YouTube channel that has 10 million subscribers.
Yeah.
All right, cool?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so we're center-left show, talk show. So we have a couple dishes prepared, and I'm going to pitch you on our ideas, and you can tell me what works. Give me some feedback,
I'm excited.
Okay, so first dish we have is M&Ms. Are you familiar?
Yeah, the candy.
What we were thinking is a major cultural flashpoint in the news is that M&Ms have gotten too sexy.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
You have heard about it. Okay, so what we want to do on our program is make the sexiest M&M. So keep an open mind also.
Always.
What we have here is your father's asshole.
The detail is really something. The wedding ring is a particularly nice touch.
Yeah, he's a loyal man. It's our little secret. Anyway, so continuing on, what we have here, sour grapes.
How are sour grapes a center-left food?
These little puppies are what MAGA guys are eating now that Donald Trump is going to jail for the next 150 years. It has pee-pee on it. A little bit of an umami.
You pissed on these grapes?
This is a big one. The nothing burger.
What's a nothing burger? Just a bun with lettuce on it?
No. Let me do a little demo on how we put this little cocksucker together. Okay. It's an artisan bun.
Okay.
And a lettuce.
Yeah.
And secret ingredient. Right here. And what we do is we just pop this cocksucker in the oven. Voila.
It's not plugged in.
Oh, no. You can plug that in. We have electricity here. Can we just... I got the cord. You pass me that cord over there?
Yeah, I guess.
Dave, why don't you... I don't know. You don't really need it hot.
Yeah.
It's kind of a... I don't know.
I tend not to bake lettuce anyway.
So why don't you just have your mind blown? Okay, let me know what you think.
You want me to eat this paper burger?
That's what the secret ingredient is. It's a picture of Hunter Biden's penis. A nothing burger, of course. You get it. You get the joke.
It's very funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's clever.
Yeah,
kind of
no, it's good.
Center left
play on
food.
word.
Kind of what the bit is. Yeah.
Should I eat this?
Are we having like problems right now or something?
No, we're cool, but like.
But like, can you not be a fucking asshole?
Okay, all right.
You're judging my ass. Your fucking SpongeBob food channel. All right. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Homophobic chicken restaurant.
Indeed.
Okay. What do we do if we love the flavors of Chick-fil-A, but we don't want to support the bastards that own it?
We make it ourselves?
No, we don't, Andy. What we do is we use our new service, which is Chick-fil-A for supporting gay people.
Okay.
All right. And what we do is we get gay guys to buy the Chick-fil-A for us, and then bring it here, and then we pay an upcharged rate, and then we give the money to gay guys.
No, that's funny.
It's not funny. It's a business.
I know. I mean, that's good business.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. So I don't know. I ordered some. The guy should be.
Somebody ordered Chick-fil-A for fucking gay guys?
Wait till you get a load of this guy, though.
Here's your sandwich.
Yeah. Okay. It's Marty. He's a friend of the show. Jeff Tiedrick's nephew.
Who the hell are you?
Nobody.
You're less than nobody to me. You're fucking. This is the world. This is you, pal.
Yeah, I might just take off real quick. I'll catch you at Sawyer's place at
Yeah, once you
Christmas.
head back to the daycare center, you fucking.
Yeah, I'll see you at
Where
Christmas.
you learn how to piss your pants.
Thanks. Marty, come on. Is it
Star
good?
of the show.
Andy! Come on, man. What the fuck? Marty. What the hell, man? I got you this job at Chick-fil-A for gay guys.
I got myself my own fucking job.
No, that's not true, dude. Like
I'm a warrior. I'm a Job Corps warrior.
No, if your uncle weren't best friends with my father, you wouldn't have this employment. Now you just ruined an opportunity for the show with a massive guest.
I don't ruin anything. I got a fucking job now.
I got you the
I don't have
job.
to read my uncle's tweets anymore.
I got you the
I
job.
work for Chick-fil-A.
I got you the job at Chick-fil-A for gay guys. We had this guest on the show and you fucking blew it for me. You're embarrassing.
Fuck!
Come on, man. It's okay. What are you doing right now?
I fuck everything up, bro. I just fuck everything up.
Come on.
Everything in my life.
No, you don't. You're a
I
good
won
guy.
tickets to Monster Jam,
That's awesome.
and I was so excited. I went out and I got fucked up.
That's awesome.
And I didn't call back, tell them my address.
To the radio station?
I took 15 ibuprofen, and then I went and I played Crazy Taxi at Fuddruckers.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Okay, I'm sorry about all of this, man. It's not on you. Stop being so hard on yourself. Like the cord wouldn't reach. I didn't even set it up right. Like
What do you mean the cord wouldn't reach?
I'm just a fucking fuck up, dude. I'm a fuck up.
You couldn't plug this shit in?
No, like look over.
Fucking bro, they used to fucking call me the extension cord. No, you don't understand. They used to fucking, bro, they used to call me the extension cord. Okay? I'm gonna show you something, dude. Where is it? This is the fucking shit?
Yeah, be careful.
I got addicted to electricity in prison.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Check this shit out.
Sounds
Ready?
hard. Yeah.
Okay. What is that, water?
Yeah, MAGA tears.
MAGA tears?
Yeah.
Is that like water?
All right.
Just get this fucking in here.
I don't know if it's very safe.
No, I already feel better.
What are you doing?
I already feel better. Look, do you happen to have a light bulb attached to a power plug?
Oh yeah, right here.
And can you show the camera that it's not plugged in?
It's not plugged in.
And now I want you to do something.
Is this magic? Okay.
Now listen to me. Come here. Take
All
that
right.
cord.
Yeah.
Now I want you to shove that cord into my ass.
What? All right. You wanna?
I want you to shove that cord into my ass while you believe.
I don't know why I'm doing this right now, but I'll just try to. Why?
Show the camera. Make sure they can't see that you're doing
All right,
it.
I'm just trying to. Whoa. How did you do that?
I told you they called me the extension cord.
Okay.
Now let's get fucking cooking, dude.
Marty, you're incredible.
Thank you. The electricity is becoming too much for me.
Be careful.
Since
Adam
I've been-
Friedland Show. We're gonna
since
try to Okay. All right. Great. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thank you. What the fuck is this? No one's grunge anymore. I don't know why he thinks that's a style. Is that a cut?
You good?
Nick's dead. He actually killed himself. And we're back. Andrew Rea, Binging with Babish. How's it going, man?
Good to see you, man.
How you
Thanks
feeling?
for having me. I'm feeling great.
Listen, here's the thing. Okay, before we get to that, Alan Dershowitz was supposed to be on the show today.
Yeah.
Like, not kidding. Alan Dershowitz was supposed to be here. When Trump got indicted 2 days ago, he stopped responding to the emails. This is a fact. And so we were like scrambling for a guest. We had a crew today, and then Andy was nice enough to come on the show.
It's the funniest reason I've ever done anything is that I'm the fill-in for Alan Dershowitz.
I guess I'll start by like, did Orenthal James Simpson murder Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman?
Well, as you know, I'm very particularly close to the case.
You are?
Yes. Being part of his defense. I'm being Alan Dershowitz right now. Or you're asking me as a person.
It's confusing. I mean, I was kind of just doing a stupid thing,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you're indulging me because
taking it
you're a
too
really
far.
nice guy.
Yeah.
Did you make food from that? Did you make like a glove?
Well, not OJ? I didn't make orange juice?
Oh, you could have made
right
orange
there.
juice. That would have been a quick episode. Fresh squeezed.
That's
And
one
then
of my
you could put like fingerprints on the, you could plant evidence. Let's back up a bit for the audience.
Okay.
Andy and I, we're pals.
We're pals.
Our mutual friend, Sawyer, is one of my best friends in the world. So Andy, for those of you who don't know, you have the biggest cooking channel on YouTube.
One of the biggest. I don't know if it's the
Who's
biggest.
bigger than you? Are you
but-
going to talk shit right now?
No, I don't talk shit.
Who's a fraud?
Who's a fraud?
J. Kenji Lopez?
Oh, God, no, that is the most knowledgeable guy in
He knows
in
a
the
lot. He's like a
universe.
scientist.
Yeah, he puts Neil deGrasse Tyson to shame in the kitchen.
Come on, bro.
In the kitchen.
When you told me your idea,
Oh, it was about 6, 7 years ago.
we were at Sawyer's apartment. We were about a year into Cumtown. I thought I was a celebrity. And I was like, I'm making $4,000 a month. Who the fuck are you? And you're like, I have an idea. I'm going to make food from movies. And I was like, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
And then a week later, you had like 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
That was a perfect recreation of what happened, yeah.
I think I was a snob about it.
I don't think you were.
Yeah, I was like, what, you're not even going to say bad words or anything?
That means that you were snobbing here, but you were not.
I think I was like, yeah, good luck, Andy. What was the first dish you did?
The first one I ever did was the burger cook-off from Parks and Rec. It
People
got a few
love that
thousand
kind of
views.
stuff.
Yeah, they love it.
Why are we doing this? People just have nice lives. They think
Opposite.
that public schools will turn your kids trans. Like, they don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is.
You got to know your audience.
You went from an apartment in Harlem with a roommate. 6 months later, you're in a fucking $12,000 a month apartment
In that
with a roof
ridiculous
deck.
loft.
It was like my friends were rappers. You weren't like, getting guns and doing cool stuff.
You were
It was
doing
like
some cool
It was like the
stuff.
movie Blank Check. Mr. McIntosh wrote you $1 million check.
Who's the
And you were
bad
like,
guy?
I'm going to get a big trampoline. What's going on?
The one I got out of.
It doesn't sound as
It's great
important.
that AT&T flags that now. They're just like, this might be a cult.
Speaking of Sirius XM radio, they're like sexually harassing me right now. It's like they're gang stalking me right now. They call me 57 times a day.
They need the business.
I mean, like, I kind of think like it is just amazing, like, to see someone who's just a guy whose life completely changed that fast.
It's crazy to be that guy too.
Right.
And just, you and I came up at the same time. We both
We started a podcast because we wanted to find fans. Like, we're comedians. We find success. We need fans, right? You were like, I'm going to make a fucking sandwich from SpongeBob. But you were like, I'm going to be a media tycoon.
Absolutely not. I certainly didn't expect to make more than one episode. I was just going to make the one because I was feeling like, and people liked it, so I made another one. Definitely did not anticipate to ever become a public figure.
What's the number one video?
Number one video?
On the channel?
It's got to be SpongeBob related. I don't know. It's
People
Ratatouille.
just have nice lives. Ratatouille.
It's Ratatouille.
They don't want this crap with Elvis Presley was Chinese or something. They just want to watch. You like last year. You kind of like you needed a break.
Yeah, last year, 22 was a rough fucking year, and I took a month off where I checked myself into a mental rehabilitation facility.
Really?
Because I was so gone. I was I could tell I was not myself. Number 2, who's next?
Look who it is.
Am I on silent? Who is it? Sirius XM. Oh no. Was that like a sign that I shouldn't
Dude, that
talk
was
about that?
Andy. That was so funny. He said, "I checked myself into a mental rehabilitation," and then Sirius XM. That's great content. That's gold right there.
Especially because I've never said that before.
You've never talked about it publicly?
No, that was my first time. I genuinely feel like that was the universe telling me, you probably shouldn't talk about it.
Maybe like you were like, if you haven't talked about it before, and feel free to not, Of course, you're my pal. I don't want to put you in a spot where you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then Sirius XM calls, then it kind of breaks the tension and we can all giggle.
That's good television right there.
But you probably went to a nice one.
Yeah, I did.
That sounds so sick, dude.
I wish everybody could do it. I genuinely wish.
I want to go so
everybody
bad.
could do it.
I really want to go to rehab so bad.
Yeah.
But a nice,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to go to the ones where they,
And one with hot chicks, and you can still drink and still.
I wanted to yell at the TV when you were trying to come up with the name of the horny sandals. It's called hedonism.
Hedonism. I couldn't remember it. Hedonism. Next time it all gets too much, I'm saying the wolf pack, we fucking go to hedonism.
Let's go to hedonism.
You, me, Sawyer, the baby, we're going to Horny Sandals, Jamaica.
Let's go catch something.
So chill. You ever had a scare?
No. Well, it's scary, yeah, but I haven't caught anything, thankfully.
Oh, I meant like, have you ever looked at your penis and you're like, ah, like it was scary?
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
sometimes it sneaks up on you.
Mm-hmm. Could I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Um,
Oh boy. What's that?
Does this look familiar?
What the fuck? Wait a minute. Is that? I feel like I've seen that dick before that you've photoshopped him onto. Or is that real?
It's real. It's his penis. Long and strong.
It is startlingly long, flaccid.
Is it flaccid?
It looks flaccid to me. Yeah, no, it's like
it can't be like
downward.
that.
Yeah.
Forever.
It just stands up. It doesn't get any bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
But Mr. Beast said that you were his inspiration.
That's patently untrue.
Mr. Beast said that to me.
What? That's not
He
true.
said, I was just trying to do binging. I was just trying to do Andy. Have you met Logan Paul before?
I have not. But
You
I'm
have
about
not.
to see his dick.
Does this look familiar? What is it? Oh. Fuck, man. Dave!
This is why I watch the show.
No, this is a friend. He's a leprechaun.
Clearly, the automatic disqualification.
Yeah, I sent him a picture of Logan Paul, but I guess he printed out my best friend. Couple questions. We'll do a rapid fire question round. You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
If a gangsta put a gun to in your wife's mouth and told you to cook the dopest meal he'd ever eaten, what would you make? Also, he put a period at the end of that. It should be a question mark.
I would make a nice Sunday rib roast. It's my favorite.
For the guy that was doing that to your wife?
Well, he said he wants the dopest meal. I don't want him to shoot my wife.
You have to cook like your wife's life depends on it. You went to Hofstra,
Yeah.
right? On Long Island.
Yep.
You said you filmed there.
Yeah.
You know who else did?
Who?
Old Francis Ford Coppola.
He didn't go to the film school, but he went to undergrad there.
Oh, so I guess it's not even a good question. Anyway, so Andy, you're covered head to toe in aggressive, in-your-face style tattoos.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. There's a knife that's stabbing through my person.
Oy vey, why? You have a whisk there.
Tiny whisk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a chef thing, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, bald guy with a beard and tattoos. It's very much a stereotype that I'm playing into.
I feel like that is the most discriminated against group in society.
I think if
Would you
anything,
be-
we're the most privileged in society.
Oh,
We have
shut
all-
up. You were just complaining about this. Oh, because I walk down the street. People are like, you bastard. You clown. How do you expect to get a job with all that garbage all over your body?
My dad told me the same thing. It's a good thing I don't have a real job.
Gordon Ramsay, is it a bit of a todger or no?
Yeah, he seems like a I don't know what that means, but the vibe of the word seems right.
I think it's someone that goes to the Little St. James. Todger. That's their nickname. Okay, so you make movies from food.
Yeah, or food from movies.
Sorry, that's the question. I just blew it. You make food from movies. If you could turn a food into a movie, what would it be?
Oh shit. Okay, I would make Gray's Papaya the movie.
That's a restaurant. That's not food.
Oh shit, you're right. I would make
Ridiculous, Andy.
I would make creamed corn the movie.
Nice. What's
Yeah.
the story? What's the pitch?
It's pornographic film being creamed corn and all.
It's semen.
Yes.
So there's like a blue collar guy he works at the factory. He has a cum on corn. He gets home. His wife is like, "What? We're gonna lose the house." And he's like, "You don't know what I went through today."
But then the corn sells like crazy, and they're like, "What is the deal with this corn? Why?"
It doesn't matter if it sells like crazy. The boss makes $1. He makes a dime. He's a blue collar factory man. He needs to find a way out of his hellish existence. But
so
he found out.
Keeps coming in corn until.
Well, no, he found out he's the heaviest shooter, one of the heaviest shooters in America.
Oh. Wow.
He gets a job as a stunt double in the pornographic film industry.
The end.
And
or.
Yeah, the end. Okay. Have you ever considered making food items from various movies, television shows, and video games?
That sounds kind of fucking dumb.
Okay, cool. All right, I have a restaurant idea.
Hit me.
It's Hooters, but
Balls.
No pants, big bush.
And it's called
pussy hair.
Where do I sign?
Dude, I'm looking for an angel investor. You're a real angel. Andrew Ragusa, that guy's a real piece of shit. Adam Ragusa.
Adam Ragusa, I don't know him personally, and I can't speak to that.
We know what you're saying, though. Josh Weissman.
Josh Weissman.
You know this bastard?
I've collabed with Josh Weissman.
You have?
Yep.
Why don't you make a food from The Good Place with Ted Danson?
I have made food from
The
Good Place, yeah. I made
Really?
Cheaty's Peeps stew. And
what is that?
Well, he loses his mind in the 3rd season, and he starts making a chili, and he puts Peeps in it and M&Ms.
Ted Danson?
No, Cheaty, William Jackson Harper.
Who's that, a Civil War general? People have great lives. They just know who William Jackson Harper is.
He's the main love interest in the show.
So you have a lot of pull with YouTube, right?
Ish.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Okay. Why can't you show people having sex, but you could show basically any animal having sex on YouTube?
Well, why can't you have sex in the streets, but any animal can have sex in the streets?
Good point. The finest legal Alan Dershowitz, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess because animals fucking is funny and humans fucking is sexy.
I think
sometimes.
It's disgusting. I think sharing your body with someone you don't love is against Christ. Are you a big Christian, Andy? People have great lives.
Is that your new catchphrase?
I think with you. So you and Sawyer watched hours and hours of Frasier, right?
Oh, so
Have
many.
you dreamed of having the GOAT Kelsey Grammer on Babish one day?
I would do anything to have David Hyde Pierce on the show. That would be my number one pick.
You take Niles over Frasier?
Yeah.
Kelsey Grammer is the most fascinating person in the entire world. He only knows pain. Everyone he knows has died. His father was like lost at sea or something. His sister was like kidnapped and murdered. And then the classic story, he'd be on the set of Frasier in like a drug-induced coma.
They'd yell action.
And they'd yell action and be like, Niles, like, help me.
And then they'd yell cut and he'd go back to
He's a genius.
Yeah.
David Hyde Pierce couldn't do that. Did you ever consider making a food from The Help? The poo-poo pie?
The poo-poo pie?
Yeah. Maybe you could do it for your last episode before you have to go back to civilian life.
Who would I give it to?
The Republicans, maybe.
Well, I'm stumped.
Have you made a beef Wellington?
Yes, I made beef Wellington.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's really fucking hard.
Well, you got to do the pastry, right?
It's
And then you don't want a soggy bottom.
you're gonna get a soggy bottom. I'm sorry, but you're gonna get a soggy bottom always.
What's the worst food?
What's the worst food?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like cilantro.
That's ridiculous.
Sorry.
You're one of those people that says it tastes like soap?
It's genetic.
That's for attention.
It's true.
That's for attention. It's just like people that were like on tight lockdown and still got COVID from touching a delivery bag. Like, you were having sex with prostitutes, or you're lying for attention.
Yeah, you didn't get herpes from the toilet
You
seat.
can't get herpes from not fucking. You know, like the cilantro thing. I'm a truther. People are being divas about it.
Have you had durian before?
Yeah, I've had durian.
It's ass.
I don't like it that much.
Stinks.
It's not
Yeah,
good.
why do they eat that over there in Indonesia? They got way better fruits there too. They have incredible fruits. And then they're eating this poo-poo nut. It's like a big poo-poo nut or something. It's terrible. But is there like an issue with cultural appropriation in food? Like if someone's like, you shouldn't do that as a white guy, especially as a bald white guy with forearm tattoos.
I think the problem is when you like posit that it's legit, that it's like the real deal, or
you do the accent,
or you do the accent. Then yeah, that's definitely a problem. But that's why anytime I make anything, I always say I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you do a land acknowledgement at the beginning of your videos?
A what?
They do it in Canada, but you're like, before we make this food from, whatever, from iCarly or whatever, okay. We acknowledge that we are standing on indigenous land that was once Lenape.
I suppose you'd have to do that literally anywhere in the United States.
Well, yeah, you have to do it before you do anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. I should probably get started.
Yeah, when I was single, I make girls do it on dates. I meet up with them. Yeah, but what about, the goat, obviously. Who am I going to say?
You're going to say Guy.
Of course.
Guy's legit.
Yeah.
Apparently he's the nicest person on planet
He's got to
Earth.
be.
Yeah.
He's got to be so happy.
It's
Can
like
you
good
imagine?
game.
He just like gets in a hot rod. He puts on like fucking like System of a Down. He cruises. He's so content.
Yeah, it sounds
amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Like we should all aspire to be more like Guy in that way.
We got the sauce, dude.
Should we hit the road?
Yeah, we go into West Texas, a dusty diner.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have like their disgusting sandwich that they're known for. Everywhere you go in America, you say, what's the thing here? And then it's a different variation of a disgusting sandwich.
Oh yeah, in my hometown, I'll go in on it. The garbage plate is.
It's revolting.
I love it, but it looks like a plate of diarrhea.
Their cuisine is the garbage plate.
Yeah.
It is hot dogs,
cold
pasta salad,
cheeseburgers, fucking
deconstructed,
French fries, and then it's got this loose stool meat sauce poured over top.
People in
I love it. I don't care.
In like post-industrial America, like the factory's closed, and then it's like the last thing they have where they're like, "This is our culture." Am I being an elitist, like a coastal elitist?
What's your food? Like, what's your thing that you champion? Silence is deafening.
I have a lot of issues with food. I don't know. That question kind of pisses me off, Andy. So.
I'm sorry. This is why you're sitting over there and I'm sitting over here.
You met Will Smith?
Briefly. Very briefly.
What was that like?
We'll never know, because after shooting, I was like, when are we going to see this? And the producer was like, oh, this is never going to see the light of day.
But you were in his home?
We sat at a table. I sat at a table with like 10 other YouTubers and talked about like bucket list experiences.
Who was there? The whole squad? Hassan? Was Hassan there?
Hassan Minaj? No, he was not
No,
there.
Piker.
Oh, no.
You know him?
No, I don't.
He's like one of the sexiest guys ever, and he talks about like socialism on Twitch.
No, he wasn't there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like being in his house, I have to ask the question. Did you hear noises coming out of it? Was Jada just... Was he getting cuckolded while you were sitting at his house?
No, I actually met Jada real quick. She was very, very nice. Very sweet to me.
You guys hooked up?
No. I'm not of the ilk to cuckold anybody, really.
Oh, if it's a cuckold fetish?
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
but that's not, I don't want to get involved with those. Like, that's just freak behavior. But like, what I'm saying is, for me, like, number one, I'm American, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm a fucking guy. And like, guy code is huge to me.
Yeah.
And like, just breaking guy code by hurting another man, it's not worth it.
It's fucked up. You ever been cheated on?
Yeah.
I've been cheated on. It's not fun.
Yeah. Let's do some plugs.
Plugs.
Cookware line?
Oh, me plug. Okay, yeah. Yes,
Me
I have
plug.
a cookware line.
I'm in Salt Lake City this weekend.
Adam was just in Salt Lake City.
I was just in
It
Salt
went
Lake City.
Really great.
Yeah.
I have a cookware line, yes, on Amazon, the BABISH cookware line. I got my next book coming out in October, Basics with BABISH. I have a show on YouTube, and a friend named Adam Friedland, who's kind enough to have me on his show. So thank you very much.
Dude, I love you. Andy, love you.
Love you, man. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, is
can't
it
do the film.
because the
DMX
is the audience gonna be cheering right now?
No, people are gonna be crying.
Oh, okay.
Just plug the light into my ass, please. And
So
have it
I have to
turn
hold
on.
it. That's the only way that makes sense.
Yes.